Welcome, fellow homeowners and landscape enthusiasts. Branch holder, EDCO 24-inch yard waste barrel. Feel free to change the dimensions for your squarish barrel. Putting branch holder in barrel. Holding a branch for cutting. Branch holder. I spent a year cutting branches like this. Then I considered the physics of force, work, and energy. I only need to exert a force on the branch to hold it in place. You can put a 20-pound rock on a 4-foot-high fence post and it will exert 20 pounds of force until you come back next year. No additional power or energy required. So why am I spending 3 times as much energy holding the branch as cutting it? With the branch holder, I'm spending 1/3 as much energy holding it as cutting it. To reduce the torque, I move my fingers closer to the saw blade. I used to get cut every month. Once I took calculus, I see physics in every mechanical system. Jameson Barracuda tri-cut saw, 2-inch keyring. Branch holder is symmetrical right to left, but not front to back. Branch holder front. Screen print is your friend. Branch holder back. Branch holder sides. Cutting front 30 inches. End lifts and pinches the saw blade, causing it to shudder. Clamping the end helps. Chop saws or miter saws are very good for this, but I used a more common circular saw for this demonstration. Cutting side 14 inches. The left and right sides are very similar. The front and back have differences. I'm not going to show the same step 2, 4, or 8 times just to be complete. I know that all my subscribers are highly intelligent, even the beginners. There will be no stretching out the viewing minutes. I marked 15 inches, half the 30-inch width. I measured down 6.5 inches for the point of the V on the back. I use a rafter square and a 45-45-90 triangle to draw a line parallel to the long edge. I use the rafter square to draw my halfway line. I also use this technique when drawing the square corner cutouts. I center punch the intersection to drill an 1/8 inch pilot hole and about a 5/16 inch final hole at the point of the V. This avoids cracking. Not totally necessary. I do this for the corner cutouts as well. I used a jigsaw to cut out the V because I needed the 2 cuts to meet vertically at the hole. Hard to do with the table saw. I suppose a big bandsaw would work. I forgot to turn on the red LED laser godlight. That makes it a lot easier. A bit of filing to smooth things out. Now I cut the corners, including the 87-degree angle. It will still work if you use a 90-degree angle. I'm firing this actor. You're out of here. The cuts meet at the hole. If the branch holder gets banged around, I want the flat part of the wood to parallel meet the sloped plastic edge of the barrel rather than the pointy edge digging in. It is designed for the side rails to sit level. I'm sure one of my mechanical engineering subscribers could run through some CAD/CAM software and optimize the design for strength. The placement of the side rails can be a bit puzzling. I used a Simpson strong tie heavy angle to make a jig for this 2x4 construction. They are fabulous for this and fabulously expensive. Any right angle bracket would work. Cutting square and assembling square is critical. Rectangles are inherently weak. One clamp is for the horizontal. The other clamp, seen on this side, is for the vertical. Measure twice, drill once. Notice my fancy blue painter's tape uses a drill stop. Why do blue painters get their own tape? Or black electricians for that matter? Ducks. Gorillas. 3-inch number 10 deck screw. Fine torque setting adjustment. I was going to jig up the other side, but it came out so square that I held it in place to drill the hole. Deck screw. Another deck screw. In case you were wondering why I put so much effort into a branch holder, this is just part of my yard. Wood often has a compression side and a tension side. If the bark was rubber, the bottom would be compressed and the top would be stretched out or under tension. Compression can clamp your saw blade to a stop. This happened when my circular saw caused the kerf cut to close as I pressed down. Cut the compression side first and the tension side last to keep the saw from getting trapped. Compression can trap a saw blade. Tension allows it to move freely. Sometimes undercutting can open the kerf and help you put it in tension. Don't use the branch holder with a chainsaw. Use an Irontron steel sawhorse X-frame with a chainsaw. Hey, didn't I fire this guy? Nothing but the best will do for my viewers. This beige model branch holder only cost me about $15 for the 2x10. I had plenty of scrap 2x4s and extra deck screws around. One of my billionaire subscribers asks, can't you make it 10 times as expensive? Yes, Javon, I can. Handle makes it a bit more convenient to carry, but the sides work as well for a handle. When you cut a branch in the middle, it often starbursts out. It would be nice to hold short pieces of branch. I put threaded galvanized pipe flanges on the front and back to hold branches with a short stub. You could do as little as 1.5 inch pipe flange on just the front. That's the one I use the most. But we're going for the super expensive model. These are from my last branch holder after 6 years. Please close lid before moving.